Morning, people. What's up? It's your boy Ted Lee Gray. Alright, so I talk about matter. Mr. Sir P come out with a video this morning, and it kind of predictable in terms of, like, if you notice from the other day, the Vibes Cartel in the news, whether them saying back ties, allegation of saying back ties, or whether he's being transferred or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of notice every time, look like Sir P kind of knows a Vibes Cartel, the PRR, regards to public relations and communication. Vibes Cartel basically have the edge. So therefore, anything for basically discredit or basically to give Vibes Cartel a bad PR or anybody related to him or basically close to him, yeah, I go see Sir P come out with a video or something like that. And it's kind of predictable still. I don't know if whole heap of people not see it, but it's predictable. If Vibes Cartel say I drop an album tomorrow, Sir P have to drop a video. You know what I mean? Which if he want, Sir P can do what he want to do, but I think Jamaica and the public see Sir P have a method to weigh him do. You know what I mean? You can hate a person, no problem with Sir P in a live Vibes Cartel. Maybe instead Vibes Cartel or the person basically make crime start in Jamaica or make crime basically up in Jamaica or make the society gone morally wrong in terms of oral sex and some bleaching or something like that. So Vibes Cartel is the problem. So therefore getting rid of Vibes Cartel, not only sending him to prison or something like that, but to me, something worse happening to him in prison. That's how basically I'm kind of get. Because basically, to me, the man basically down and you just keep on like you're just not stopping. And I understand people are come on here and say, hey, take the life of someone, etc., etc. We understand the argument of that, you know what I mean? But me also believe in rehabilitation. And when I pick up for everybody know me blogging on my real name and vlogging on my real name, Teddy Lee Gray. So therefore when I support criminality. You know what I mean? But we just can't have one set of narrative, you know what I mean, and make it look like so boom. A Vibes Cartel is the start of this and Vibes Cartel that, and when Vibes Cartel is gone everything I go stop. No, remember a lot of people when the basically from 2011 him lock up, everybody stress of crime and everything I go down. And thing I get worse. You know what I mean? And Vibes Cartel, remember said this Vibes Cartel is the greatest artist ever, dancehall artist ever. And no YouTuber or nobody cannot take that away from Vibes Cartel. You know what I mean? Not even Vibes Cartel himself. You know what I mean? So we have to say that. So we have to leave music alone and come to the meat of the matter. So Sir P come out with a video this morning. And I believe the video is not only basically attacking Vibes Cartel. It's basically trying to take down the liar. Everybody knows him is not a big fan of Isat Buchanan. Because I see make a lot of mistake in the media. Because I kind of say him is a media liar. But people will say, Teddy, come on. Which liar is not a media person, you know? So we understand the argument. But we have to use the word, I think PJ uses the word Omar Davis, youthful exuberance. You know what I mean? Him young as a liar, and him will try any and everything to kind of get the media spotlight, and him, to me, not do him checks. So we said that about that. You know what I mean? But I believe the move Sir P made this morning is a big P move. You know what I mean? Everybody know the story from 20. Remember it was a big debate in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So unless Sir P kind of look down upon him viewers, them like them not listen to the news or them not know what go on, so him believe a first time some people are hear this. Maybe a first time some people really are hear this. If a first time them really are hear this, obviously it's sad though in terms of the people that watch him channel. If a first time really ever see this story about Isat Buchanan. You know what I mean? As me I say, a lot of lawyers never support the move in basically the practice carrying there. The practice, you know what I mean? Well, a lot of lawyers they object. Remember, it was a big controversy. But if you live in an organization, a democratic organization, a majority rule, and they call like the majority they want him in the practice. And as I said, I believe in a rehabilitation, and as Sir P they say in the video, yes, yeah, rehabilitation, but you must like for who? You know what I mean? But I don't know why we don't use this Isat Buchanan story as a stepping stone for some other people getting a problem and who can change around them life. You know what I mean? It is you for the YouTuber and also people, the common man for basically say, hey, so the law attorney or the legal practice accept my Isat Buchanan, so why can't you accept me as maybe a plumber or as a construction worker or something like that? Go school, a whole heap of people basically, we see cases where criminals do a lot of CXC and them a pass. You know what I mean? And a Serpia, one of the man more, I always talk about rehabilitation, but all of a sudden is like some people him not believe in a rehabilitation. You know what I mean? So I don't understand him. Everybody knows that when it come to hanging me, I want to demand them or believe in a capital punishment, and that will never change. You know what I mean? But yeah, some people basically believe in a rehabilitation. A man will kill off, a serial killer will kill off 7 or a lot of people and them thing there. I don't believe in a rehabilitation with them people. But as I say, obviously Jamaica cannot go with the capital punishment, so we have to live with what we have here. You know what I mean? Even now, I remember a big mass shooting in Norway. I think in 2010 or one, something like that. And that man I live big life in a prison in Norway, because Norway prison system basically a world class. You know, them a live life, them have everything. You know what I mean? So we are trying to say we can't stop crime and violence by not believing rehabilitation of some people who make mistakes in terms of, for example, a man will basically marijuana. You know what I mean? I believe in a rehabilitation. The coke thing with Isat Buchanan, the two thing, we can't defend that. You know what I mean? We cannot defend that. Nobody can defend that one. You know what I mean? You get catch 2 times with you, obviously is a trend there. So as I start out, I'm not a fan of him, but not because I'm not a fan of him, that means I cannot say that someone is basically beating down on a man that basically is down. Or basically him up now. Or because the main reason why Sir P beat down on Isat Buchanan this morning is because he's a liar of Vybz Kartel. Remember other cases where him come out with, I think Sir P even said this video got long, but I think Sir P even said it, is that Isat Buchanan, remember the controversy about the year thing, you know what I mean? Why Sir P never come out and say, hey, the lawyer got it wrong? Sir P sit down and him store up things, and when the time come, him shoot out it. You know what I mean? And this another first, I think him go point out one situation with Isat Buchanan make a big mistake, but I think he make a second one. When him said the judge, they said, and not him alone, him our next lawyer, they said the judge said this about the SOEs. So the SOEs are unconstitutional. And the judge, they come out, or the court, they come out and said, no, the judge never said nothing to the effect of that. But time basically kind of proved Isaac right in terms of the judge, this basically rule about a month or maybe 3 months later said SOEs are basically unconstitutional. But I think the JLP administration basically are going to appeal it. So it's not the final decision. But time will prove that Isaac, they get that right. But in the kind of I don't know if in the misquote the judge, but the judge basically have to retract, say no, them never say nothing about this thing unconstitutional. But end of the day, the judge ruled, whether it's months later, said the thing unconstitutional. So maybe that's why Sir P never go for that point still. But you know, end of the day, I don't believe him have a problem with Vybz Cartel. But the lawyer, yes, a convicted, liar. But we see in the US where Sir P idealize England, Canada, and other countries where former convicted persons become lawyers. We must say those convicts have something regards to the legal practice. Because according to Sir P reason is that Isat Buchanan must have somebody file or something like that. You know what I mean? That's why him get the practice. He maybe I'll give me a unicorn, for this thing. But that's how I go about. I'm have to give a unicorn to other people who basically ask a question how other convict get be lawyers in the US and other places. Or those convict basically have the file of big lawyers or something like that. I don't know, that don't make sense. I think even a latest movie come out, I think a lot of people have to watch it. I think it's called The Convict or something like that, where people say, well, it's not the same Ray and Tay, but it's not the same. They must say apples and oranges, which we understand. But I think the movie is called The Convicts, it's a series or something. It's a series where basically a black man was basically framed, and how him got through fame problem is basically start studying law and him start represent some inmate them and etc. etc. What I try to say, prison is not the end of the road for people, but most Jamaicans don't believe in a rehabilitation, so prison is the end of the road. You know what I mean? So if a man get 20 odd years, then believe it's the end of him. When he come back or not enough for go on fame, and I eat that fame. I eat. So with that I go, I don't know, the man them majority of the man them will go prison and come back, them always go back in a crime now. You know what I mean? Because full system I believe in a rehabilitation overall. But anyways, people, big up on yourself, I'm out.